Okay, so let's find the biggest and the smallest number in an array. No magic, we're just going to be using Java. So welcome back, and today we'll write Java code to find the max and the min in any array. So you will see how to use simple loops to search like a pro. So what is the setup? To set up an array, we have to say int, then the square brackets followed by the name of the array, then feed the array using curly braces. But that is if we're defining the array value if it is known. So if we are using this, then we're good to go. But if we're getting the array from the user, we can't just write it like this, and we've already seen that in the previous video. So if you did not watch the previous video, go back to check it, and you'll see how to get an input from the user and feed that in to the array. Okay, so now let's go to our IntelliJ IDE. So now inside our IntelliJ IDE, we want to create a new file called okay, let's just call this arrays. Okay, I already have one called arrays. All right, so instead of that, let's just comment this code out because I don't need it. All right, so let's see. So we're going to take int. I'm going to give a new function, a new variable called int, and we're going to call it numbers. Oh, sorry. Let's just do what we saw before. So int. Now we're calling this integer. This is a new array of numbers, and we're going to assign a value using this pattern. 25, then we say 12, then 89, then we could say 5, then we could say 47. Okay, so this is the general pattern for just inputting multiple digits instead of inputting them one after the other. So now this is this. Now let's say we want to find out the max number, say int max, and the max number we say should be at the numbers array point zero. Sorry, position or index 0. Okay, that's the right word. So now we are assigning the index 0 to the max number. So let's see what that means. So if, sorry, max number is int of num, so we're using the for each loop, then numbers. So we're looking through this numbers array. Now we're saying sorry, yes, supposed to be 4. That's why there's an error. Now 4, now we're using the if loop. Num is greater than max, then we're going to say max is equal to num. Fine. So what does this mean? Okay, hold on. Let's just print out something. System, yeah, max. All right. Let's make it more professional by saying max plus max. So this is it. Now, this is how we'll find the maximum number. In an array, which I just fed to our algorithm, we're now checking for the maximum number using checking each number at index point 0. Okay, so meaning we're going from 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're saying 4 int. Remember initially I said arrays start with point 0. Okay, so now let's see what I mean by this. So if I should say system dot out dot print blah blah blah. Now let's say we're printing numbers at array 0. So what do you think would be printed to the console? Let's see. Okay, you see, array 0 is equal to 25. So if I should say, okay, if I don't know before and I say, okay, I want to print 25, meaning I should put array of 1, index of 1, sorry. You see, the index of 1 is 12. So the index of 0 is 25. So that's why I gave this value to this variable. Okay, so that means when we're running this now, we use this value for here. Okay, so now we're saying int. This is just a new variable name for our new declaration, integer declaration. Now, like I said before, there's a for each loop, but any position here is assigned to this new variable. Now we're saying, since we've gotten all the variables in an array now, we're now saying we should check each and every one of this variable. So as we're checking the max, which the max is this number at 0. So we're checking if this number is greater than this 25 or whatever number of at index 0. So if this is greater than that number, or if this is greater than that number, so t we will get to this number, which is the max of 89. So when we run this code now, you see, initially what the system does is it checks if 25 is greater than 25, which is your initial point 0. Now, if that isn't, it checks 12 is greater than 25. Okay, yeah, then it checks 89 is lesser than 25. Sorry, is greater than 25. No. 89 is greater than 25. Yes. 5 is greater than 25. No. 47 is greater than 25. Yes. Now it goes again. 12 compares and compares and compares till it gets to 89, and no other digit is bigger than 89. So it gives you 89. So everything is done in a matter of milliseconds because of your computer core systems to thread that does this so fast you do not even notice. Okay. So what is done here is that we assume the first number is the max, which is this. So in case your data set is very large, maybe you have up to 1 million numbers, you don't have to look for where the maximum number is. So just pick the first one and assume is the max, then check if any number is bigger. Okay, so that's what we've done here with ease. That's what we've done in our example output. So all we did there was just to find the maximum. So we could also find the minimum. How do we find the minimum? It's just to flip the sign. Okay, let's see. So to find the minimum, say min, all we just need to do is flip the sign. So lesser than. So whatever number is lesser than 25 is the minimum, and the minimum right here should be 5. Okay, 5. Okay, so in our example output, we were able to find the max, which was 89, and the minimum, which was 5. So that was super clean and simple. All right. So the next is we have a challenge. I have a challenge for you, and you or any viewers out there, try doing the same, but use simple arrays. Can you find the highest grade from your list? So what we've done before, we're able to find the maximum. Sorry, we're able to find the maximum and the minimum. Okay, now what you need to do now is to just spice things up. Just try doing the same thing, but with users input arrays. Okay, now you're collecting input from a user. Now after collecting using your J option pane or your scanner, now all you need to do is append to the array, and after appending to the array, you can find the highest grade from your list using that check, picking the first initial index of the array, which is at point 0, and comparing it to the highest grade. Okay, so this is your challenge, and I would not be dropping the solution for this, so that you can learn how to be confident in your own codes and don't have to rely in the video tutorials, which would finally land you in something called the tutorial hell, where you can't do anything on your own except through video tutorials. Okay, so if you're able to do that with a tutorial or without the tutorial or just going through ChatGPT, it's fine. So that's how you find the king and the peasants of an array. Okay, so what I mean by the king is the larger number and the peasants is a smaller number. So that's how you find the king and the peasant of an array. So next up, we'll sorting arrays the easy way. So initially I did that before in the last coding challenge, how to sort an array using the array.sort. Okay, so please leave a like and subscribe, and also type hashtag Java based in the comments. So if you're following the this course in full,